All right, we're learning the Sikha in Chelik Zayin, Parshas B'chukoisai, the second Sikha. We're holding in the Sikha Se'iv Vov, page 201, Se'iv Vov. Okay, so the Kitzer, the Nakuda that the Rebbe is speaking about here is the Gemara, the Machlokes between Rab Meir and Rab Yehuda regarding Kaimas Adam La'asad Lavei. The Pasuk says Kaimim Ios. So what does it mean? Rab Meir says Kishtei Kaimis. Adam Rishon was Meya Amma. La'asad Lavei, we're going to be Masayim Amma Kishtei Kaimis of Adam Rishon. Rabbi Yehuda says that it's going to be Meya Amma, only a tall like Meya, 100 Ammas like Adam Rishon. So what was the hezbollah that Rebbe explained here? That I'm not going to go into the whole arichas again, but the nukuda was that there's two types of avedis. There's the aveda mul maila lamata, or gilui mul maila lamata, and the aveda mul mata lamaila. B'derech klal, it's two opposite tnuas. And yesh bezeh ma she'ein bezeh. In the gilui mul maila lamata, it comes with a force, with a bleak vul of the Eibishter. It doesn't rechen sich with the mitzias of the tachten bechlal, so it's very strong as galus. On the other hand, mitzad the mitzias of the tachten, it's not neskabel, it's not niklat bepnimius in his mitzias, mitzad in yon noi, because it's not coming from him. On the other hand, the maila, the avedam matala maila is that it's him, to tshuva. The Rebbe says by a bal tshuva you have this bad gosha, that he's returning to the Eibishter, so it becomes his inyan. So it's very strongly bepnimius, but it doesn't have the same teikif like the gilim u'mayla lamata. So that's when it's two separate tnuas, but derech klal, it's either you're a tzaddik, either you're a bal tshuvas. It's two andere tnuas. What's the chiddush over here? La'asad lavai will be the yichud of both of these tnuas. Kaimim mius means mamayla lamata, mamata lamayla together. But here, the degree to what extent this yichud is machlokes Rab Meir Rabbi Yehuda. So here you see the Rebbe's chiddush in the sikha here. One of the chiddushim is the pashtos Rabbi Yehuda is less than Rab Meir. Rab Yehuda says we're only going to be Meya Amma, meaning that a person is going to go back to the way Adam Rishon was. Rab Meir is saying we're going to be twice as tall, we're going to be double of Adam Rishon. The Rebbe says, nein, al pia mitas Indians, punkt verkehrt. According to Rab Yehuda, that says that we're going to be Meya Amma, it's actually a bigger chiddush. Why? Because by Rab Meir, the two tnuas of Mamayla Lamata, Mamata Lamayla will be unified in one person, but not a yichud amiti. It's not a yichud amiti mamish. So therefore, in the kaimas Adam, it's divided. There's a kaim of Meyama and another Meyama. It's not a yichud amiti mamish. Rab Yehuda that says that it's going to be Meyama is because it's when the two tnuas become ois tnuas. It becomes one mamish. When there's a gili of atzmus mamish, there's no tnuas, there's no hafchim, there's no azay. It's one tnua, one inyan, not even a tnua. It's one nekudas ha'emes of atzmus mamish, and therefore it's nisachid in the koimas ha'adam as one inyan. That's the chiddush of the Rebbe. Okay, so what we're holding over here in Sivav, the Rebbe explains how and why this is connected to the Beis HaMikdash. Because the Gemara says you learn from the Beis HaMikdash that the height of the Beis HaMikdash was Meya Amma. Heichel Uksalov. The Heichel Uksalov was Meya Amma. So what's the Meise that the Melern Talreis from the Beis HaMikdash? Okay, so let's see Sivav. In Beis HaMikdash, then given Bechlal is zwei Sachen. So if you look at the Beis HaMikdash, these two tnuas of Mamayla Lamata and Mamata Lamayla, you have it in the Beis HaMikdash. On one hand, Vasali Mikdash, there's a mitzvah. Vasu. Avede Mitzad Mata. That's from below. The whole, you can't, the Eibush is not going to come down stam. It begins with a va'asu, but on the other hand, the pasuk says va'asu, but after the va'asu, v'shochanti b'saycha mamshacham u'mayla. So the chiddush way the Rebbe is teaching it is the pashtus. You look at the pasuk, the v'shochanti is based on and it's fitted to the va'asu. Just like in Chassidus always, it speaks about Asirusa de Le'ela and Asirusa de Lesata. We're talking about an Asirusa de Le'ela. We're talking about an Asirusa de Leila that comes as a response. Lefi erech the Asirusa de Lesata. Yeah? Yeah. What's everything's good, yeah. What's the pshat when you have an Asirusa de Leila that comes Lefi erech and Asirusa de Lesata? It's not a Gilia Lakos, the way the Eibishter is, B'muhusai, Lefi in Yon Noi, who he is Be'etzem. The Eibishter is coming down, Lefi, the matzav and the aved of a person. So when it says also the Mikdash v'shachanti b'seicha, what's the taich? You're going to make a Mikdash, and then the Eibusha says, based on what you created for me, that's how I'll be. So the Rebbe teaches, no, that's not the pshat in the pasuk. Also Mikdash. You build a mikdash, and then I'm going to come, wie ich kann kommen. I'm going to come with my ganzen Blick wohl, not just as an Asarus de Leila based on Asarus de Lasata. The Eibusha kommt b'chol ha'tekef. How do we know that? Maybe it was Lifi Yerech. Because we know here that I was going to explain the Hamshech, the Oifen of the Gilui HaShchine in the Beis HaMikdash was b'chalal not a level of Gilui Shchine be'erech ta'avedis Adam. It was the Gilui HaShchine, it was the Eibusha, it was Atzmos Mamish, Shaloi Lifi Yerech b'chalal. So Muzayin, that the Taich V'Shochanti is saying the Eibusha comes like he comes. So therefore, in this pasuk itself, you see that in the Beis HaMikdash there's the yichud of the two hafchim that become one. It's the Aveda L'mata L'mayla. So you have the Maila that it's penetrating the Tachten, but at the same time, V'Shochanti, the Eibusha comes down b'chol ha'tekef, uncompromises. That's the yichud over here. Und die zwei Sachen, now these two Tnuas that you see in the same pasuk, it's not only that you have both Tnuas in the Beis HaMikdash, but it's more. Zene gewen ein Inyan. It becomes one Inyan mamish. How do you know? Where do you see this? What is gesehen euch begaloi in Mokim midas ha'aron enim in amida, regarding the concept of Mokim ha'aron enim in amida. So this is the Gemara that says that the Kodesh HaKadoshim was the 20 by 20. Right now, if you went into the Kodesh HaKadoshim and you measured the space from one side to the Aron to the Paroiches, it was 10 amas. You went on the other side of the Aron and you measured the weitergewend 10 amas. So that's 20 amas. So the space of the Aron itself, which was Amma v'chetzi rochboy and Amma sai v'chetzi arkoi, where was the space? How did it take up space or not? It didn't take up any space. You measured from both sides. It was 10 amas. So it's a Mokim Aron. The Aron b'feidish has to have a Mokim. It's not the pshat that the Aron doesn't have to have a Mokim. In order for the Aron to be a Aron kehilchasa, the b'feidish has to be a Mokim. And this Mokim gufa is einem in amida. It's not Tufis Mokim. Okay, so here in the Sikha, in the Pnim of the Sikha, very interesting. The Rebbe doesn't teach what the Inyan of Mokim Aron einem in amida means, kishalatzma. The Rebbe teaches it right away as it applies to the musik that we're talking about over here in Aveda, the two Tnuas in a person. So the idea of Mokim Aron Einem in Amida is, how could it be that Mokim itself is Einem in Amida? It's a Stirim in Ebei. So in connection to the point we said before, that's Aveda from the Mata. So if you're talking about Aveda from the Mata, so there's a Hagbalas of the Metzias, of the person that's doing his Aveda. But Gufe is given in them Eifen Fum V'Shachanti B'Seichem Am Shacham Amayla. It's not only that you had these two in Yonim, but they had no connection to each other. There was the Tnuah of Lamata Lamayla and the Tnuah of Lamayla Lamata. No, the V'asu Gufe, it's in the same pasuk. The V'asu Li Migdosh Gufe has in it the Toikif of V'Shachanti B'Seichem. It's two Hafchem Mamish, but it became one Inyan Mamish. What's up, Shat? How is this possible? Because it's Atzmos. Mitzad Atzmos is Ein Kud Mamish. The whole musig that we're saying that the lakos is shaykh one Tnuah and this Eifen and that Eifen, it's Alts and Geluyim. Alts and Geluyim, even the highest level of Geluyim, Eirein Seif, learning the Maim of Bas Lagani this year, Tov Shechafei, Tov Shememe, Perik Tezvav, the Rebbe explains this, Eirein Seif Lamayla din Kates, Lamata din Tachlis, it's two Tnuahs. It's like all a Inyan and Eirein Seif, that the Eibishter is Ein Seif, and Mameli has no gather. If he has no gather, so then there's Inyan Agilui, there's Inyan Ahelem. That's the two Inyanim of Lamata din Tachlis, Lamayla din Kates. Or before it's two Tnuas. It's two Inyanim over here. By the Eibishter himself. Is it shaykh to say on the Eibishter himself, Lamayla din Kates and Lamata din Tachlis? The Chayra you're bringing out and you're expressing the point that says unlimited Lagamri, no Gedarim whatsoever. But on the Eibishter himself, it's not even shaykh to start using a description of Lamayla and Lamata. That Tnuah and Yanan Tnuah. It's one of Kudim Mamish. It's the Eibishter is the Chatchila, not shaykh, not to the Helem, not to Gilui. Is the Atzmos Mamish is Atzmi. It's not shaykh to any of these Gedarim B'chlal. So as long as you're talking about a level of Giluyim, you can't have two Tnuas that should be nisachid to one Kudim Mamish. Impossible. By the Eibishter himself over there's Mamish Shlilas Kol Anyon Mamish. Only by the Eibishter himself, where anything, any Tnuah, any Gilui, any Bitui, any Inyan is Mushlo Legamri. So there, what's that? Like it's in Chassidus, the brought the Bas Legani also the Lashon of the Alter Rebbe was Yecholte Lahar, Yecholte Shaloi Lahar. It's not an actual Gilui yet. It's Yecholte, it's Alts Because he's not mugdus, so there's everything. And he is. It's him. It's also als It's ain't a kudah from the Eibishter allein. That's what's in this gala in the yichud that there is in the Makam Aron Einem and Amida and in the mitzvah of Asuli Migdash v'shachanti b'seichem. It's one kudah mamish. Mitzad there beginning from Migdash. The what? What?
Having basic Mikdash and Mitzad Yehovah's just like we talked about. Both Mitzad Yehovah's.
What's the word? I'm not hearing.
Yechaylos.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. Yechaylos atzmos. Yes. Mitzad der beginning from Migdash was is da b'tech chalachat v'achad miYisrael. So because of the level of Mikdash that exists in every single Yid, and that's what the Sikh is talking about, the physical height of a person, the way a person is begashmius, reflects the Mitzias HaMitis of who he is Beruchnius. So B'tzad, the union of Mikdash, which is in every single Yid, Veln euch by Eden, Zayin, die beide Kaimis and Ain't Nur. Both Kaimis is going to be unified as one. Meyam. It's not going to be divided in one Kaima and then another floor, another Kaima. It's all going to be in one Kaima Mamish. Yeah, those are the Maisa. Okay, so here, let's learn Order 20. Also, ganz bekitzer. The Chlal, this whole Sicha, Elefiyerech, is very bekitzer. He's in Yanam Amavur and Chassidus Baruch, but here it's Mamish Bekitzara. So Order 20 also is ganz bekitzer, but here there's a Geshmak Inyan. He explains, when you get to Makam Aron Einem and Amida, a little bit more of a little more icy to explain this Inyan. Okay, so he says like this.
You want to say there's or, it's Yoyer, not or, but it's the same thing. That's Yehovah.
This is higher than Or.
The Yehovah can do whatever it wants. But
the Eibishter himself.
Basic Mikdash is not limited by Yehovah.
What's the pshat? Not limited by Yechaylis. Yechaylis ha'atzmos is the Eibishter Alein. Forget about the word Yechaylis. The Eibishter Alein, where it's one nekuda mamish. There's no get there. There's no oifen. There's no Inyan. There's not. It's Ed Alein. That's it. No description. There's no definition. Garnished. It's just him alone. So it's one nekuda. Okay, Order 20.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
You heard about the Eibishter?
No? If I was a little child about 5 years
Ani mispal l'da zeh tinnik. Ani mispal l'da zeh tinnik. I wish I could be a child again. Okay.
I read it was Himalayan, but it just, when you start from Jehovah's.
Yeah. It sounds like fancy language. It becomes a little bit.
That's who it's. That it's already started about a definition. We're talking about something that, that we hadn't touched himself.
Okay. No, we're talking about the Eibishter himself. Okay, let's learn Order 20. Shareya Orim va'amigdash b'chlal. So the Orim and the Mikdash in general, ima yeshen nasa mitzad amata. It's built and it's created by the Yidden below. The Osu Geimer. Mokim. What was accomplished in the Beis Hamikdash? So the Rebbe is highlighting the word mukhsher here. It's not the pshat that the Beis Hamikdash or the Mishkan was just a mokim mukhsher that the Eibishter is going to be there. Mukhsher, not just mukhsher. No, kiyim, much more than that. Keli levishachanti became a keli mamish. A keli mamish means, what's the difference between the word mukhsher and keli? Mukhsher means that you could say mukhsher when you're not a stira to something. I'm mukhsher for this, meaning not that you're taka keli. Let's say a person is not. I don't have a problem with this. Let's say you want a person. Would you accept this? Are you ready for this? Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm not. I'm mukhsher for it. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. That's a taich of mukhsher. Or let's say even by Emek Yosef, the taich of mukhsher would be that what says you're not a stira to something. What says you're ready to accept it? A level of bittul that. I'm mivatel myself. You want to give me this gilu? You want to give me this inyan? I'm not going to oppose. Not only I'm not going to oppose. Chazach mivatel sein to them. That means mukhsher. But then you'll ask a shaila deeper. Wer bist du allein? What's your mitzias kishlatzmai? Not that you're being machsher yourself. What's machsher mean? Machsher means you're preparing yourself for something else. Du passt sich zu zur zweite Sach. So geht kommen Gott a greise gilu. The Eibush is going to be revealed over here. So what are we going to do? He's going to be revealed. Stamen amid bashmama. It's bachlal not a mokim masim. It's a nochar shara va'akrab. It's not a place that's mukhsha for the kos. It's a clip. It's seister telekos. It's a yesh. So you have to build a mishkan that's going to be an asiyah of Yidden. They're going to dedicate things to the Eibishter. They're giving away. They're donating. So there's a tnu of bittul. So now it's a mokim mukhsha for the Eibishter. Yeah, that's the type of mukhsha. Keli is another Indian. Keli means vos is der mitzias gufe, not that you're giving it away, that you're being machsher it, as es over an ois and es was sich zupassen zur zweite Sache. That's that. You take a beheme, you shech the beheme, you machshe the beheme. In other words, the beheme, was is kishalatzma, the beheme has its teva, its mitzias, and then you machshe the beheme, that it should be royal, achille, whatever. So you're going to be machsher or mokaim, that it should be beheslim to a gili. That's not what we're talking about. The chiddush over here is that alain, that is gufe, he becomes a keli. His mitzias kishalatzma becomes a keli. I'm taking it in. I'm taking it into me. When you pour water into a cup, so what's the pshat? The water is formed in such a way, not the water, sorry, the cup. The cup is formed in such a way that it takes in. So nemt rein the teichen that you put inside. So the chiddush of asu lemigdash v'shachanti, the va'asu means you're creating, you're not just being mevatel yourself and being machshar amokim. You're creating an entity, this mitzias gufa, eres akeli to v'shachanti. That's the chiddush over there.
You were saying that it's Meduik is like the coat of the eye, to fit in the eye.
The kayach the way the eye. Yeah, correct. But over there, it's a good marshal. But over there, you're talking about it in your mugbal and the mitigate aver mugbelis. Yeah, but it's the same concept. Correct. It's not the pshat that you have an eye, and then the eye is not soiser to the fact that the power of vision should come through the eye. It's not what it is. The eye itself is designed by the Eibishter as a metzias that's sensitive to actualize the spiritual power of vision. So the physical eye itself is a keli for it. So it's a description regarding the actual avid of the eye. It's not only pshat that the avid of the eye is mevatel itself to the power of vision. Yeah, that's the concept. Over here though, we're talking about this inyan on a much higher level. Here we're talking about the gili of Vishachanti, the Eibishter himself. And that gili of Vishachanti, which is Atzmus Mamish, the Asiyah of the physical Mishkan, becomes a Keli, not just Mukhsha, but a Keli Mamish. Its entity becomes like an Aver, that the inyan of this Aver is that it could contain and be koilet the essence of the Eibishter. It expresses the essence of the Eibishter. This is the chiddush of Marka Maranenim in Amida. So the Rebbe here brings a lotion of the Friedige Rebbe. Rebbe Aruch de Bramaschal Pada B'Shalom Tofresh Pei Zayin. And V'Shalom, what does the Friedige Rebbe say there? Sheb'mokem HaMikdosh Hayesh Atzmoi Hu Shem Havaya. The very Yesh itself is Shem Havaya. Not the pshat that the Yesh is being machshir itself to become Ois Yesh. It's being mevatel itself, and that's how it can be zugepasst. It can be in sync with the Eibishter. No, the Yesh Alein. What's mitzias on mitis of the Yesh Gufa? The very mitzias of the Yesh itself is Shem Havaya. It becomes a keli. It's mitzias, not with its machshir itself. Einoid, the real Einoid of the Eibishter, correct? Yeah, it's the same meaning. The Eisprach that it says in Chassidus that the Yesh HaNivra Gufa is the Yesh HaMiti, correct? The revelation, or the expression rather, the expression of the very essence of the Eibishter is Dafke and the actual Yesh itself. Yeah.
But it would seem like a steer that a keli can hold atzmus in it. It's a finite keli.
And a chanami.
So you're talking about a mitzvah.
I hear what you're saying. A good shaila. So we're not talking about it's a different musig of keli here. That's why the mashal that you said is in that sense. See, that's what brought the question, because that mashal is like a not mechuven, because over there you're talking about a limited power of vision, which comes into a limited aver of an eye. That's a keli in that sense. Like the keli physically could contain water in it, so the eye could contain the power and express the power of vision in it. Yeah, but over here, though, we're talking about a different musig of a keli. Over here, we're talking about the essence of the Eibishter that's expressed in the existence of the Yesh. It says Beirim and Chassidus Baruch about this. I don't know if now is the time and place to explain this, but this is the Alter Rebbe, and he gets the Kodesh Simon Chof, where the Alter Rebbe explains that in all levels of Seder Shtal Shalos, you see expressions of the Eibishter, one expression, another expression, higher, more, Alts Giluyim. But in the very Yesh, you see this type of existence as a Yesh that says, Aniva Afsi Yoid, where does this come from? Where does this musik, this kind of existence come from? It's only from the Eibishter himself, which is Mitziyusim Atzmusei. So Dafke in the Yesh, Gufe, the lowest Yesh, it expresses the truth of the very essence. It's only here. This type of existence is because of, it's based on the existence of the essence of the Eibishter.
That's the difference between Shra and Chafshir.
About in between what?
Hashra and the Slapshus.
And Ischatshus. Slapshus.
The Klid Mamish. The Klid Mamish expresses.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Are we saying that the origin Mamish expresses?
Okay, let's see the Ha'ara over here a little weiter. Lahoir. Let's finish the Ha'ara. Lahoir Meramban Reish Parshas Truma. So there's a famous Ramban. He speaks about the Mishkan. Or really could the Sichas Chelik Dal down with 1346 Ha'ara 24. Shagam Rambam Mein Chelik Ola Bezeh. The Rambam doesn't disagree with the Ramban on this, even though B'Pashtus it looks like he does, but the Rebbe says Mechadash that he does not. So the Ramban's lashon is Iker HaChefetz B'Mishkan u'Mikdash. What's the main desire? Meaning, this is the essence of it. What's the main desire of the Eibishter in the building of the Mishkan and the Mikdash? Hu Makim Menuchas HaShchina Shu Ha'aron. It's the place where the Shechina rests, which is in the Aron. And so the Makim Ha'aron Einim and Amida, which is the ultimate expression of the Shechina that rests in the Aron, that's the Iker HaChefetz of the Mishkan and Mikdash. If you want to know what the essence of the Mishkan is about, look at how it's expressed in the Aron. That's what the Rebbe is saying here. In other words, the oimik of what the Ramban is, the Pashtus, it looks like you read the Ramban. What the Ramban is saying is, there's a lot of different things that happen in the Beis HaMikdash. There's the Avodah of Karbonis, there's Adlokas HaMenorah, there's the Shulchan with the Lechem upon him. There's all kinds of things going on. The Aron, that's the holiest place. That's the Kodesh HaKadoshim. The Rebbe is saying the whole entire Mishkan is really the Nukud of the Aron. And this Nukud of Makam Aron Einim and Amida, the essence of the Eibishter, that the Mishkan itself becomes a Keli for the essence of the Eibishter, that's what's the Ikra Chefetz. That's expressed in the Makam Aron. Now, so here again, the Rebbe clarifies what's the Pshat in Makam Aron Einim and Amida. The idea of Makam Aron Einim and Amida, what does this represent? What does this mean? So it doesn't mean that in the place of the Aron there's a tremendous revelation that's not bound to the concept of place, of this limitation, and therefore this is a revelation that's beyond Mokim. It's higher than Mokim. Doesn't relate to the Mokim Gufa. Adarabah. This is a revelation where you see that Mokim is not Teifus Mokim. That's what it seems like. This level, which be'etzim is not Mesiachas to any Mokim, has no Shaychas to Mokim B'chlal, so where is it in Nizgala? Where's the Gili of the Indian? Here b'Mokim Aron. But not that it had any Yachas, not that it's expressed within Mokim Gufa. That's what it would seem. But the Rebbe says that's not the Pshat. What is the real Pshat of Mokim Aron Einim and Amida? Kiyim, rather, Shegam, and here he quotes a lashon from the Mittler Rebbe and Imre Bina. Shegam b'chinas ha'gvul. Umide, the Aron, Gufe, the Gvul itself is Bligvul. The actual Gvul of the Mokim is Bligvul. The Mokim are Einim and Amida. Not that it's a Gvar Ois Mokim. If it became Ois Mokim, so then the Aron has to have a space. And so on. Now the Mokim Gufe became Bligvul.
Does it have to take up space?
Yeah, it took up space, but at the same time it didn't take up space.
It's like having space, it has to take up space.
Yeah, it has to take up. No, it had space, but it doesn't take up space. But it was space, though. In other words, what's Gvul Gufa? What does this mean? Gvul Gufa becomes Bli Gvul. So in our minds, you're thinking, what do you mean? Gvul and Bli Gvul is a stira. Either it's Gvul or it's Bli Gvul. Yeah, if you talk about something that's in a Tnua and in this life and on that life, and that's a stira. But by the Eibush, the Gvul and Bli Gvul is all one nekuda. Why Yecholte beGvul, Yecholte beBli Gvul? The Eibush is mushkla from everything, and he has Kail la Kail. He's Kail la Kail. It's all him. It's one nekuda. So when you have a gili of one nekuda where Gvul and Bli Gvul is one thing, so then in the Gvul Gufa, you have the gili of the Bli Gvul. It's not a stira. Who says Bli Gvul and Gvul have to be two separate things? In Giluyim, it's two separate things. The Eibush expresses himself this way and that, but in the by Atzmos is Ein Zach Mamish. That's the uptouch of Makam Aron Einim and Amida.
You don't know Canadian by Basel Lagani.
Yeah, also.
The Tzimtzum
Guf.
The more Ein Seif there is in that.
Yeah, in Chanami. But over there we were talking about still in Ein Seif. The Maim in Basel Lagani is Be'ikir talking about Ein Seif. Here the Rebbe is going higher, more. Here it's talking about Atzmos Mamish. By Atzmos it's one Akudah Mamish. It's deeper than that. It's a higher Akudah than that. Okay, Adkan. Satifin Yanim Chassidus. This is Apsana Kuda.